Good morning, guys, and welcome to the moving series. So this is my childhood room. I've been living here for like the past 15 years maybe, I don't know, something like that. And today we're gonna be moving out of here. I'm kinda moving out of my parents' space, but not really. Above this room, there's an attic. There's basically a fully functional apartment. The thing is, the apartment is full of like bags of old clothing and some leftover stock for my parents' company. You know, all the stuff that you don't really want in your house, but you kinda need to keep. The plan is to move all of that out, just get rid of it or put it in the basement. We'll see how it goes, because I've been kinda like functioning in that space for the past 3 years, I'd say. I think it's like 3 years. So I'm kind of sick of it, because I have one half of the space and then the other half of the space, including the kitchen, is just full of old stuff that we don't need. So my plan is to just get rid of everything or just move it somewhere else and then redo the kitchen, paint everything, organize the bathroom and stuff like that. Because when we moved in this house like 20 or something more years ago, my dad like fixed the space perfectly. Like, it has new flooring, it has a kitchen, it has a fully done bathroom. The only thing is everything's dirty and not really nice looking. And the whole room is painted this like ugly green color. Like, the color on its own is not ugly, but in such a big space, I just hate it. So I'm gonna be painting it white, and I think the biggest part of the project is gonna be like remaking the kitchen, because I want it to be functional, but I also want it to look nice. And right now it has a sink, it has running water, but it doesn't have a stove and anything like that. But this has been happening for like the past 2 years, so some of it is already done. I'm just gonna put some videos in here because I don't have everything filmed, and I kinda wanna talk about how everything went. Right now, I don't live there, it's just my sewing studio, but in the future, the best outcome would be if I could live there, sleep there, cook there, and it could be my sewing studio. And I think it's possible. The space is quite big. This picture, it's from the time when there was nothing in there, and I only had half of the space and the other half was just full of stuff. And there were some old cupboards that I painted white that I got from my grandparents, I think. And they're like 40 years old at least. So they don't look so nice, they're not modern looking, but they like served the purpose for 5 years or something for me, which was amazing, but they kinda needed to go. But we're gonna get there. After like it looked this sad, I kinda moved the stuff around, and for some time in 2022, I think, I was living there for one whole summer because my father's niece from the US was visiting us for like 2 or 3 weeks. So I gave them this room and I moved up there and I slept on the floor. Yeah, that's when I kind of started thinking about actually wanting to live there. Started fully using it as my sewing studio, was able to have my own sewing space and didn't have to do it here, because when I did it here, it was just a mess with like living and working here. I just couldn't do that. So notice how I'm never filming the other part of the flat. That's because the other part is just full of stuff. It's full of bags, boxes. As you can see, at that time, the space was just a freaking mess. There was like all of my stuff that I didn't want to have here, but nothing had its own space and everything was just everywhere. The summer after I came back from Erasmus, I wanted to remake everything. So after I cleaned the space out, we painted all the walls with my brother. Thank God for him, because otherwise I would go crazy. Like, it doesn't look like it, but the walls are actually longer because they're tilted. So it was a lot of space to paint and it was hard. So I kind of had to push everything in the middle of the room just so we could paint it, because I just didn't have a space where I could put everything at the time. So yeah, that's why there's a giant pile of stuff in the middle of the room when we're painting it. And these are kind of all the before pictures from when it was cleared out and we were starting to paint. The green is just not looking nice in the big space. I kind of felt like it all needs to be white for the space to look bigger, even though this is a light color, but you know what I mean. Now let's move on for the bathroom. As you can see, there was a lot of stuff in the shelves. My mom had a lot of books in there, and there were also some old fabrics and stuff like that. So I had to take everything out of the shelves and kind of go through it and decide what's gonna be thrown out, what we're gonna keep. So that took me like 2 days. After that, I spent like 2 days just cleaning the tiles in the bathroom, because my dad is amazing. He can like make anything, fix anything, do anything, but sometimes he just doesn't think it through. So the bathroom is done. That's amazing. But the tiles were just so dirty from some silicone or something, and it just didn't want to come off. Like, I was struggling so hard. It took me so long to take all the mess of the tiles. I don't even want to talk about it. Just no. Thank God it's done. So yeah, as you can see, the bathroom was kind of finished already, but there's not enough space for my clothing, and there's no space for me to put all my makeup and perfumes and stuff like that, so I had to figure it out. I designed a shelf and my dad made it for me. This is the shelf, and it actually looks so nice, and I feel like it goes with the space nicely, and it can hold a lot of stuff, which is the most important. If you know me, you know I have loads of shoes, like too many pairs of shoes. Last time I counted, it was like 35 pairs, and I think I have more now, because last time I counted, it was before I was leaving for Erasmus. It's kind of an illness, but I don't know what to do about it, so I kind of have to adjust the space for my illness. So I designed a giant cabinet just for my shoes. This is how it looks. My dad made it. In the next video, you're gonna see how nicely it ties with the space when everything's in there. We made it, we installed it in the space. It didn't have a door for like a year. In the beginning, the idea was that this door is gonna have a mirror on it, but it's kind of a big door and the mirror would be expensive, and also I'd kind of be scared that it's gonna break. So there's no mirror in the end. I'm not too upset about it. As long as I have somewhere to put my shoes, I'm happy. So yeah. So at this point, I have a functioning bathroom, a nice looking kitchen. My mom bought me a fridge for my birthday, and I bought a tiny electric stove just to be able to cook. And I was sleeping on the floor for like a year, but then I decided I'm gonna make a bed out of those old shelves that you saw in the beginning of the video. I didn't need them anymore, so I made a bed out of them, but the bed was too small. Since the roof is tilted, I just can't really sit up in the bed, and it just feels claustrophobic and I don't like it. So in the next video, we're gonna be changing the bed because I just can't sleep there. We're gonna be making a sewing corner, because right now my sewing space is a mess. It's just one big table full of stuff, which we don't really like. So we're gonna be changing that. Hopefully the kitchen, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to that, because it's just gonna be a bit more expensive to finish it the way I want. And I'd rather wait and have it the way I'd like it than rush it right now and have it cheap. So I'm saving up for that. Hey guys, editing Darja here. I remember I didn't talk about the kitchen, which is like the most important part, because it took like the most time out of all the renovating, so I should talk about it. I took all of the ugly cabinets out and I sanded them down with sandpaper so the new color would catch on better. And I also did the same with the bathroom door, because it was also old and ugly and we don't like that. As you can see, I just painted everything this nice like warm gray color, and it looks so nice in the kitchen right now. In the next video, you're gonna see how it looks now, and it's so nice. So keep tuned, because it's gonna be amazing. Give this video a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye!